hello and welcome, you beautiful bastards. It's an absolute pleasure to be joined by you on YouTube, on Twitch, and I believe for the first time, maybe also on Mixer. So if Mixer's your jam or you're watching on Mixer, big welks to you. Pleasure to have you along. We're going to be trying something and I have no idea how this stream is going to go, so I hope you're not the kind of person who likes to watch quality content on YouTube, because I cannot guarantee you that at all. We are on Project Cars 2 today. I had the day off work, and it's a public holiday where I am, and the V8 Supercars are on from Bathurst this weekend. That is on Thursday is actually day one. It starts a day early because you've got to get all the other classes out of the way. Sunday is, I think, purely pretty much just the main guys. So, yeah, I was watching that, got all up and about, got a bit excited, and I thought, you know what might be fun? A race with my subscribers on Project Cars 2. Now, I have not played Project Cars 2 since, I want to say, the race that shall not be named. Which happened back a long time ago, the start of 2019, pretty much January, February maybe of 2019. I haven't played it since then. I haven't loaded the game up since then, as far as I'm aware. So I've got to get used to this again. I've got to get used to these cars. They're a bit of a handful. I did a couple of practice laps before, and I had quite forgotten how bad the force feedback settings were in Project Cars 2, so need to sort of get a feel for that as well. I'm hoping to get some people in the lobby. As you can see, we already have two. Big welcome to everyone in the chat, by the way. If you are there and you are watching and you are interested in doing this, it's a fun race. It's not going to be anything too serious. I've kept the weather fine for now. I haven't selected to fill with AI at this stage. Hopefully we can get a decent crew and do at least a 30-minute race. It's the plan at the moment. Everything could go tits up, so we're going to have to see how we go. People having difficulty watching the stream. Hello, Mr. Big Wang, Staniel, Speedy, Old Man, TG Babes. How are you? Big welcome to the channel members as well. VVLF there. Ahoy there to you, my friend. We got Kraz, we got Rev. Speedy Tires as well. So big welcome to everyone there. Yes, so there is a password. I did post it in Discord, but I'm gonna type it into the chat now. If somebody, especially a moderator, would be so kind as to copy this and leave it on their clipboard, so that every time anyone asks, we can just paste it. CSG. I need to zoom in. Should have gone to Specsavers. CSD P GND. That is the password. Thank you, Speedy Chicken Man is already all over it. Hello, Super Dragon. Welcome to everyone. So I'd love you all to join. There we go. Old Man is in. Excellent. That's what I love to see. I know this is pretty spur of the moment. This is not a pre-organised event. It's just a fun race. I do understand that we're probably gonna struggle to get too many people in the lobby here. I'd love to get 10. I think 10 would be great. If it's only 7 or 8, then I'll put it to you guys, but potentially we'll try and back out, fill the lobby again with AI. I don't know if I can do it from here. Season weather slots. So that's all fine. We've got a 30-minute practice as well, so I know there's a couple of people who said on Discord they'll still trying to install it and get it right. I've got a full 30-minute practice session set up, followed by the quality and then hopefully the race. It's going to take us a bit to get used to the cars as well. But thank you for those people who have copied that and pasted in the chat every time somebody asks for it. I was going to buy a P-Cars too, but I got lazy and didn't buy it. That's okay, Mr. Big Wayne. You don't have to be sorry, man. Your game is only 56% loaded. You got 40 minutes to go, Super Dragon. So if you guys are sort of trying to install it and you're going to be within a reasonable time, then we'll try and make it work, obviously, for you. AI are very painful. Are they? Okay. We got another one in, so that is good. We're up to 5 people now, including me. If I'd known this morning, I would have been installed and ready, but I'm not. Sorry, TJ, it was a spur-of-the-moment thing. To be perfectly honest with you, I was going to do an iRacing race tonight in the Supercars series, but I looked it up and they were at Suzuka or something, and I was like, I really want to do Bathurst. It's not just about the cars, it's about the track. And I really wanted to try and match the Supercars with the track as well, so... Yes, I understand it's spur of the moment, which means some of you guys are going to struggle to get in. Hopefully we can get a few more of you in. We might kick off practice pretty soon and give people enough time to try and load it. If I join during quali, am I able to race? I don't know, Dragon. I don't know enough about Project Cars 2. Maybe one of the guys in here that do know a lot more than me. Should have, given a little bit more notice. You're right, Shannon. I didn't think of it. I did not think of it, but it is Bratwurst. I was watching at the server. As I say, I wasn't intending on doing this stream. I was watching Bathurst. I got up and about, and I thought, no, you know what? Let's do it. Let's at least try it. And if it's a disastrous stream, because no one can join, well, I would argue that that is par for the course. If you've seen my channel before, you know this to be true. And I am live on Mixer, so giddy up over on Mixer. I thought I would add that. And yes, if you are a Mixer guy and you do want to follow, I think my channel name, it is Charlie_Roscoe. I haven't linked anything in yet, but who knows. Hello, Mixer. Otherwise, I think we're good to go, and I think I'm going to kick off a bit of pracky. Make sure I'm on the right thing. I'll reinstall it anyways. You are able to, but you can't before 3 minutes. Okay. Need more time to get in, maybe wait 15 a bit. Oh, Chris Taylor is in, welcome. Great to have you guys. I don't know if you guys have done any practice in these cars, they're a bit of a handful. What I'm going to do to try and push the time out, let's go... can I change, so that's the race duration. Can I change the practice session? No. But that's okay. And I've also forgotten how to mute everyone. What was the mute all button? Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Panic. Do I have to do this individually? Because I know the mics are always open. It's not a great system. But I'm just going to try and mute everything now. And try not to go vote to kick. So I don't want to do that. I definitely don't want to kick anyone. Might jump in, do a little bit of pracky whilst we wait. Hopefully some of you guys can get stuff together and we can try and get a decent lobby set up. And if it's one of those things that as we approach race time, a few guys are getting closer, then we might just shorten the race and do two sprint races instead of one. You'll be there in 15 minutes. Awesome, Stan. Hey, Nick Magic. Not home, have fun. No dramas. Thank you, sir. Speedy Tires, my man. Are you going to get grid HQ? Not at this stage, but who knows? Who knows what I do? I make stuff up as I go. Let's start this. Let's get out and do a bit of pracky, hey? I think that is the next step from here. Hopefully some guys can join during this. The reason, if anyone is new or new to a Project Cars stream, anyway, I'm wondering why I have a password on it when I'm struggling to fill a lobby. It's because randos typically don't make life easier. They're generally not watching the stream. They don't know what's going on. If we're trying to do stuff, I press R1 to change quality in practice. It's all good. Doesn't matter. Can't jump in for another few minutes. You're good, Speedy. We've got a solid 30-minute practice session coming up, so there's heaps of time for everyone to join. Hello, Ryan. You mad dog. What is going on? But yeah, if you're wondering why I put a password on it, randos just don't... They make life actually a little bit harder. And the other thing is, if you get a random that jumps in and just ruins everyone else's fun, we're the ones sitting here on stream watching it and suffering for it. So it is what it is. But I'm going to get out. I need practice. That is for damn sure. So that's... Am I driving this now? Yes, it was on auto when I did a few pracky laps. I'm speeding in the pit lane. There's pit limiter. I found it. It's triangle. Hello, Brownie. Jesus, these cars are an absolute handful. No different to ACC. You're in a lecture, Brownie. Nice. But it's good to hit Bathurst, especially in the supercar. This is what it's all about. So I had forgotten how bad the force feedback model in Project Cars 2 was, so it takes me a little bit of time to get myself sorted here. Cold tyres as well, of course. You've got to worry about that sort of thing in this. Not really an issue in Gran Turismo Sport. Not even definitively that tyre temperature is an issue. A lot of people seem to feel like, at least for the first couple of corners, cold tyres are an issue in Gran Turismo. But here we can see it. We can even see what temperature the tyres are at. I'm too hot into that. Little kiss of the wall, that's fine. I've got damage turned off because this is going to be hard enough for people. As I say, we've done no practice. I certainly haven't. We've got people installing the game now, so can't imagine that anyone's really prepared for this. But it's just supposed to be a bit of fun. Jesus, this car is hard to drive. Where can I roll around here? There's a few good spots, I reckon, Dragon. Just got the sequential shifter set up. Gonna try for the realism. Yeah, I would if I had it. Oh, again. Delicate with these things. So I'm not going to be fast. Any of you guys that are jumping in that are Project Cars pros, you're going to have to handicap yourself because I don't think you're going to get too much competition from anyone. Jesus, I swear I've gone straight into someone else who's sitting there. I did a few practice laps before the race started just to get a feel for things and make sure the stream was working. And I swear it didn't feel this hard. Cold tyres are 100% confirmed a thing. Okay, well they don't play a huge part. Not like they do here. I feel like I have a different setup on the car, but I don't. But yeah, sequential shift is what you want. I'd much prefer to be pulling those gears right now. I will chill at the back. You'll be right, Speedy. I've got a feeling you'll find pace. G'day, Hippie Heed. How are you, mate? How have you been? How's things? Give myself another lap to get my eye in. It's not exactly the easiest of tasks, but as I say, it's just a fun stream. We just want to try and have a bit of fun with the supercars at Bathurst. Jesus. I don't think he's going to help me now. Get off the grass. You just feel like you have to tippy-toe with these things so much. That wall, I'm pretty sure, doesn't really jag out that far in real life. But at least there's not grass in the middle of the dipper. It does have that over Gran Turismo Sport. Car feels really, really weird to drive at the moment. That was an awesome roll. It's the one I was thinking of, Dragon. Yeah. What's going on, Mika? I have pulled it up for the chase successfully. Lots of half throttle around here, lots of gentle on the brakes. 88% now, Speedy Chicken. Nice, man, you're getting there. See if I can actually string a few laps together that are real laps. But they are a difficult car to handle, and I believe in real life that is the case as well. They're a very big, heavy car. I think the dry weight minimum off the top of my head is 1,390 kilos. That's before fuel. Dry weight maximum, sorry. No, minimum. Yeah, I got it right the first time. So they are a big, heavy car, especially with a full tank of fuel. They got a lot of horsepower. It's all pretty raw, no traction control, no ABS. Should have been in third for that. At that time, kept it off the wall. And they've got very little aero. They only got a couple of 100 kilos of aero. I want to say 400 kilos of aero. I'm sure there's lots of supercar fans in the chat that will be able to correct me on this. But I want to say it's about 400 or 500 kilos of downforce is all they produce. So they don't have a lot of downforce to help keep this big, heavy, fat car on the road. Big horsepower, 650 horsepower, somewhere like that, I think. Again, bit of a guess, but that's where we are. And relatively thin tyres. I think Ryan was in the chat. He'll be able to elaborate on the width of the tyres. But comparatively for what they are, for the size and the amount of horsepower, they're very skinny tyres. And that is why they are such a brutal and difficult thing to learn, and why you quite often see international people come over here, even really top caliber drivers, and struggle in these big supercars. What are you practicing for, Harry? Just a fun race. Nothing particularly special, man. Hopefully we can get a few people in the lobby. What's the password to join? Welcome, Conzio. May you have more luck with Project Cars 2 than you normally do with Gran Turismo. If someone could paste that for Conzio, thank you, Ryan, all over it. A bit sideways there. Up through, I think, is this Solomon Park? This section of the track, I believe. Forgotten all the corner names now. This has got to be Skyline up over here somewhere and into the famous McPhillamy Park, but there is actually a little bit of runoff, so it doesn't try to kill you like everything else. Down through the S's. Back to second for the Dipper. There is a car in the middle of the Dipper. Gingerly go around the outside of him. Was that Chris Redbeard? No, it was Chris Taylor, you idiot. I was just trying to make a ginger. I said ginger and I'm straight away like, is that Chris Redbeard? The tyres are 285 wide, so they're not thin tyres, they're not cheese cutters, but given the amount of grunt these things have got, they could probably stand to have a fatter tyre. Oh, he's too deep into the chase. I don't really know how I saved that. That was Reed Park, was it? I can never remember where Reed Park and Solomon Park is. I haven't really done much running on Bathurst lately, so I can't really remember. Looks like the Conzio is in. If you could mute your microphone, please, Connor, you good thing. That would be amazing, thank you. That was Reed Park. Then the Great over the top is Solomon into McPhillamy, okay. And on to Skyline before going down into the Dipper. Gotcha. Tuck into turn 2 in third and just ride the wave of oversteer on the way through. Gentle into the cutting. Can't give it too much throttle in second gear on the way out or it will immediately try to kill you. This has got to be the Great somewhere here because there is in fact a Great right there to the right hand side, I think. Or is it that? That might have been the Great. I can't remember. And the reason it's called that is because it's literally a drain pipe. Of course, Bathurst as I go off the road. It's easy to forget that Bathurst is in fact a road, a street circuit, whilst it is in part a purpose-built racetrack. It is open to the public for most of the year. To the residents up here. $31 of us here. Remember to drop a like all. Thank you very much, Super Dragon, for reminding me and the lovely kind folk. Got it stopped that time again. A lot of wheel work to catch that. I will run out of luck there. Yeah, it's the FG. Brody, FG is the only supercar available in Project Cars 2. The Great is the lowest point of that dip before going back up to Solomon, okay. Jeez, I'd just love to get a nice clean lap. And we'll need to set up a pit strategy of some sort. So we've still got 18 minutes left of this practice session. I don't know how many people are in the lobby now. Hopefully we're starting to get a few. If you are watching and you would like to join, you are more than welcome to. I can't promise particularly tight and competitive racing. I mean, I'm just battling getting used to... Well, expected counter steer there and didn't get it, so I just casually turned the car into the wall, no big deal. The grass on the inside is not healthy. Try and keep it off that wall. It's a little kiss there. In real life, that would be absolute danger signs. A little bit hot into that. Makes the dipper a little bit narrow. Oh, boy howdy. Tell you what, if anyone skipped the gym today, this should give you a little bit of a workout. That was awful. That was understeer and oversteer. That was just full car sledging across the track, man. FJ is the car of the future, so it can be a Mustang or PC3. I've never actually, interesting fact to almost no one, I've never actually been to Bathurst. I've been to the town once and driven through it, not when there was a race on, but I've never been to the Bathurst 12 hour or the Bathurst 1000. It's on the bucket list of things to do. I'd love to go up to the 12 hour. But yeah, a couple of people did find that wall today, Dragon. Oh, hit the curve on the inside. Snap oversteer. I was waiting for you to go by Murray's when you smashed into me. I smashed into you again, did I? Apologies. Yeah, I am 6 seconds off Scotty Mac, and it's unlikely I'm going to bridge that gap tonight. As I say, not only have I not... I mean, I haven't done anything around Bathurst for months. I haven't driven a supercar in any game of any sort for probably well over a year. And I haven't played Project Cars since about January, February, whatever it was. So to say that I'm rusty as I slam into the wall yet again, good thing damage is off. I suspect I'm going to use that to get around, give it a bit of throttle to tighten up. Oh, that's a bit wide of the mark. Just about kept it together, lost it at the bitter end. I'll actually just go back to the pit box. Silverstone's on your bucket list. You live 2 hours from Bathurst, so you're going this Sunday. Nice, Mr. Big Wang. I live about as far south as you can get from Bathurst, while still being in Australia. Staniel does technically take that award, but I'm only 2 hours north of there, so You're off to the old watering hole. No worries, Chris Redbeard. Enjoy yourself. Sorry, I didn't quite nail the ginger joke. I'll get you next time, big fella. What have we got? Another 14 minutes. I'm going to out and spin a few more laps yet. I need to turn on... It's not that button, it's that one. Have a couple for me, please, Chris. I have to work later, so I can't drink today. Yeah, no good. Last time I drove a supercar was back on V8 Supercars 3, back on PS2. Dragon, that's a while ago. That wasn't last winter. Put it in seconds so I can actually hold the throttle down as I take off out of the pits. Cold tyres. What's going on, Raz? I went to Silvero when I was young, and I've been to Phillip Island many, many, many times. Obviously, the two local racetracks in my current state, which is Symmons Plains. I don't know if you've heard of that. That is on the Supercars calendar, so any Supercars fans will know Symmons all too well. Estaniel looks exactly like I did when I did my first lap. Peels out of the way. Enjoy the next few minutes of practice, Stan. I don't think I've ever felt less prepared going into a race than this. Oh, it's just an absolute handful to control these things. But I'm looking forward to the race on Sunday. I have a sneaking suspicion that there's going to be a lot of Falcons. There's going to be a lot of Mustangs at the top of the leaderboard. I think Scotty Mack is going to be very, very tough to beat. So if you don't know who my favourite drivers are, the cap should give it away. That is SVG for Shane Van Gisbergen. So that's who I'll be going for. Teamed up with Tander as well, who happens to be, was, I guess, Ryan's favourite driver. But short of that, because I think Red Bull will do okay. I felt sorry for Reynolds today because he and his car have got this track pretty well sussed, and unfortunately his co-driver yeeted it into the wall at the top of the mountain and destroyed it. So there was no practice for Reynolds today. He did do the first session, I think practice one this morning, but the one later on this afternoon he did spend it from the pit lane. But I suspect it's going to be a pretty heavily Mustang type of finish. So if it has to be a Mustang, then I will be going for Chaz. I'm a big fan of Chaz Mostert as well. And his co-driver, I think, finished the co-driver practice session on top of that. So it does bode well for Snazzy Chaz. So that's probably where my alliances will lie. Talking is really hard, by the way. I don't know if you've ever done it, but I feel like this is my first time ever. If SVG cannot be competitive on Sunday, then I'll be hoping Big Snazzy Chaz gets his second Bathurst. But I know Scotty Mack's going to have plenty of fans. I did used to like Scotty Mack, but I've gone off him a lot. Not because he's winning everything. Also his attitude, I think, has changed a little bit. I've gone, you know what? I actually don't think you're as cool as I used to. I think he's going to be hard to beat. That's my early prediction anyway. My download is ahead of the session time remaining. Oh, no good. I might actually, it's going to be a pain in the ass, because I don't think I can adjust the practice times or restart this session from within here. It'd be nice to just add on an extra as to drop it again coming out of the chase. Whoops, sorry about that. I was not in full control when I rejoined the track. So apologies there, I'll let you go. Gather my thoughts and try and go again. He's become a bit of a Hamilton. He has a bit. It's Scotty. I did like Scotty Max, especially in his Volvo days. And I was happy for him when he got the Penske drive. But he's been a bit of a twat since then. Which I know that's going to earn me a few dislikes. Sorry to the Scotty Mac fans. Hey Matt, what's going on, man? Yep, Lounsey will be back in the seat, you are quite right. In my former heydays, I was taking that. Wow, I'm struggling with the words today, aren't I? Back in my former heyday, I was actually taking that corner at the top there over Skyline in 5th. Now I'm struggling to get around it in 4th, so well out of practice. But that's why this is just a fun night. So we can all just experience a little bit of Supercars at Bathurst. Get in the spirit of this weekend's race. Lowndes hasn't missed a year. He did win it last year. It's expected to rain over the weekend last I saw. Yeah, they said this morning it was going to rain in Savo. Are there any Scott McLaughlin fans? Oh, mate, there don't seem to be any shortages Scotty Mac fans. Staying alive for a longer race here is going to be tough going. What have I done? 2:08.5. That is absolute rubbish. I'm better than that. If you're talking about a corner at Skyline, you probably meant McPhillamy. That's the left hand. No, it's before McPhillamy. McPhillamy is the next left-hander with the kitty litter on it. That was better. I was on the throttle earlier. Mind you, I'm down on my Delta, so apparently it wasn't better. Get off that curb. Imminent death. Six minutes left. Let's see if I can extend. So we're up to 10 people in the lobby. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Unfortunately, we just can't change any session details at all from in here. It would be nice if I could... So I can't even go into that to try and push it out, or there's no way to restart session, so yeah, look, we might have to do a second race. It'll be finished fairly early, so has your video feed stopped working? No. Harry? Try refreshing. So let's talk about pit strategy. Create a new pit strategy and just call it V8 because that's easy. Fuel and tyre setup. How many litres am I starting with here? Don't even know. I have to check that. What's it going to be? 30-minute race. So it's going to be... Geez, it's only going to be about 12, 13 laps. So I shouldn't have to put 13 laps in. As long as I start with enough, I think whacking about 7 laps in will get the job done. Look, let's change some tyres on it. let's put soft slicks on. And I'm not going to muck with the pressures too much. So that's fine. So we don't have to repair damage. I'm going to turn it all off in case the game decides it wants to anyway. There is no damage on, so we should be okay. Save pit strategy. Okay, so that's the pit strategy. I actually have to mark that, don't I? I need to make active. No, I don't want to create new. You dickhead. I want to go down to V8 and mark that as active. Tuning setup. Stable. Is there a particular reason why I can't adjust my current setup? Our setups are turned off, but how much fuel am I starting with? 55 litres by the looks of it. Too bad I don't have P-Cars 2 installed. I would have joined if I was. No worries, man. With the next race, so once this race finishes, I'll drop back out. And we'll have a second race. So those of you installing it now, fear not. You're reinstalling it anyway? Yeah, if you can get it done quick enough, we'll have another race after this and hopefully have a good time. It's just about fun. Honestly, it's just about getting in the spirit of Bathurst, which is on this weekend. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to Sunday. I really am. It's a big race. Forgot to put it in second gear so I could hold the throttle down. Somehow saved that. Don't do rain unless you have a boat for Murray's Corner. No, I'm not going to do rain, Jules. I learnt my lesson there once in Project Cars 2. Let's keep the weather nice. Pit stops. Every time I do a pit stop in this game, it ends up being an absolute disaster. And it's probably one of those things because I don't play Project Cars 2 enough. So Super Dragon is in the lobby. If you could pop your mic on mute, you good thing. That'd be super swell. Should probably go into mute anyway. Don't know if I have time in this. I'm hoping to get one lap of practice. Quality simulation. But it's always the pit stops in Project Cars 2 on the few races I've done in this game. Whenever there's a pit stop involved. That's if pit stops are required. I don't even know if they're going to be required or not. We'll find out. 800 gig. Sad and hardly reinstalled anything, everything. Hey GRT. God damn this car. Gemini. GRT Gemini. I only read half your name. Right. It's only 33 seconds. Hopefully the session lets me finish a lap. Simulated quality practice. Squirrely. I need to be more careful on the throttle application is what I need to be. And I need to get off that curb too. It is death personified. And that one as well, you can see I had that corner up until I hit the inside curb. So curbs are a no-go. Just feel all at sea here. I don't know how everyone else is feeling. Can't imagine too confident since I am actually sitting second outright in the practice lobby. So I can't imagine too many people are feeling all that much more confident than I am. I can't believe how different it is to drive compared to other games on PC, but I have to get off for the night. Oh, no worries, Kraz. Yeah, this is really different, man. This is quite hard. And the force feedback in Project Cars 2, like, I like P-Cars 2. It did a good thing. I mean, it's had its time. I spent most of my time on Project Cars on the PC before I really started streaming and started YouTube. But the one thing they never got right was how force feedback feels. It's a pretty weak lap in the end, but oh boy, this is going to be fun. I can't make small adjustments at all. No. The game makes you work the car. It is. This is going to be a real workout. I don't know how this is going to go. One of my criticisms of P-Cars, both 1 and 2, has always been the need for headlights on so I can use the steering wheel display. Find it too dark. Okay. Throttle input is weird. It's... I mean, it's not too bad. But yeah, certainly the force feedback settings are not great. That's my opinion of this. It's one thing I never really sussed out. They don't really seem to... They haven't done a lot in the way of updating and support and stuff for this either, so... Okay, can we do anyone else? No. Well, we are in qualifying anyway, so I guess... We can't adjust that up at all. I guess I locked that or something. Qualifying underway. Is it too late for me to join? No, I think, Speedy, you can still get in, man. I think you're okay. And I will have one more race as well. This is going to be fun, yeah. Vegas, hello, welcome. I agree. This should be fun, and that's all this is about. This is not competitive. I mean, I'm telling you now, my race will end in disaster. If I get through this race and haven't smashed into half a dozen walls and spun a few times, I'll be very surprised. But it's just about having fun. As I say, I just got all up and about watching Bathurst today. Real life Bathurst is on this weekend, if you're not sure what I'm talking about. Qualifying is a little bit later in the afternoon. I think I set this to about 4 PM, which I feel like that's somewhere around where qualifying is. We get off the walls. Try and get some temp in these tyres. I'm too scared even to swerve the car around the track to try and get temperature in the tyres, for fear that I will immediately get sent into orbit. Daniel taking it very, very easy on his outlap, trying to make space for the car in front, which is fair enough. Oh, I gave a little punch of throttle there. Immediate death. You just have to be super careful on the throttle. She's all half pedal stuff. So you know what, people, the Red Sea has parted, so I'm going to go straight through the middle of both of them. Bloody pit limit, yeah, absolutely. Did you get DQ'd or something, or you got? Oh no, you got +1 position. Oh man, I see that. Righto, here we go. First lap of qualifying. Can I actually successfully get through a lap Take it nice and easy and just try and get a banker on the board for now. Some cars in this game, they got the force feedback and handling perfect, but others so bad. Yeah, really inconsistent in this game, and I just sort of feel like they walked away from it and stopped supporting it. Bit of grass on the inside there. Somehow scooped it up and even managed to keep it off the wall there. That's not ideal though. The grass does pull you right as soon as you get on it. Again, I get lucky and save it. But it's not going to be a good lap. Oh, it is actually an effort just to get this car around this track. Maybe I'd join this gas, but feel free. If you're good at project cars, it should be an easy win for you. Well, certainly over me anyway. I can't speak for everyone in the lobby. Would love to fill the lobby for next race. Legends. So much of this lap is spent not on full throttle. Let's just slow through there, and I've got it into the wall anyway. Give me some grip, car, please. I feel like I'm playing Dirt Rally with the amount of wheel movement I'm doing. I wish there was a... There's no throttle and brake indicator on this, is there? Thank you, Hippie, for getting out of the way. And thank you for joining in the lobby. Righto. Lap 2 felt better. It was only half a second quicker, not even 4/10. Now it looks like LSE, whoever that is going to be tough to beat. You can see my potential there at 206.9. That would get me pole position. But I'm not sure I'm going to be able to live up to that potential, if I'm being honest with you. Slow through there. Much better over the top that time. Cut wide through. Forest elbow. What's the lobby called? I can't seem to find it. Gaspar. I don't know. How did everyone else find it? And could someone please share the password with him? Short shift there in third so as not to get that oversteer. Has been a better lap from me. Big oversteer around the final turn. It's going to take 7/10 off. I'm getting closer to LSE. So what was that? A 208.2. Just not fast, is it? I will be creating a new lobby as well, so there is one more race to come after this one. So it's Newton by the looks of that. Another wall strike. Guessing that's going to be a pretty regular occurrence through this race for me. But considering no one's done practice, me included, I thought it's a bit harsh to put on damage. Was up, but unfortunately again just clipped that wall on the exit. I am now 8/100ths down. I don't think the lobby actually had a name, if I'm being honest with you. It is a public listed lobby as well, just that it has a password. Still plenty of life in these tyres. I'm just going to keep going for now. I will actually shave a couple of hundredths off that. No, technically. I was 1/100th slower. So, see Taylor there behind me is now only 3/10 off. He's bridging that gap. People are starting to find their rhythm and pace. I love how this qualifying session is very much acting as a practice session for a lot of people. Meanwhile, Newton is fleeing at the front with a 206.8. Which is the same as my potential, but sorry Dad, I just don't think I'm going to live up to my potential. Geez, that was scary and sketchy, but I got through. I've got a car in the way. Beautiful, ducks out of the way, magnificent. My lap is barely affected by that. Apparently this is now a drift track. And finally my luck runs out. That was a long drift though, wasn't it? Oh, there goes somebody's front bar. Well out of the way of C. Taylor there. Whew, this is hard work. I tell you what, if anyone's got Assetto Corsa on the PC, there is a wonderful Supercars mod for that, which I much recommend. If you've got R Factor 2, there's also lots of really good Supercars mods But yeah, there is actually one on Assetto Corsa, and it feels quite nice. The sound's not 100%, but it's not a bad mod. Worth doing a little Google search for. Okay, as we run out, 1 minute of qualifying left. I haven't actually pitted at all. Same set of tyres. Well, let's just go out there and plug it out. I don't think it's the tyres holding me back. I think it's my lack of talent, practice, skill, experience, and just general lack of everything. .206 flat is getting fast now. Damn it, I thought I had that, but it sucks you right as soon as you hit that piece of grass. And she's good night Irene all over again into the dipper. It was actually a pretty decent lap too. Big oversteer on the exit. Yeah, I think Kraz said earlier on what the conditions were. You can join during qualifying, but there's like he said not within 3 minutes or something like that. Not quite sure how it works. I just don't know Project Cars well enough to understand the nuances. It's one of those games, if you've been watching my channel for a while, you'll know I just throw on every now and again for a particular event because we don't have any other games that have the cars and track combo that we're after. She's actually managed to improve my time there. I've only ended up 4th, so everyone else found pace and speed. I remained consistent. 207.4 was my final lap. But as it turns out, a number of people went quite a bit faster, so there you go. You're on 10% downloaded. Yeah, you got a while to go. Got sent to the main menu, got a position penalty for speeding in pit lane, hit the button for it, and done for exceeding track limits, crashed multiple times, and missed one more lap by 2 seconds. You had an absolute cracking. Look at that, we've got more than 10 people, so it's picking up. I can't see because I don't appear to be able to arrow. There we go. So we have 11 people, that's alright. For a last minute thing, considering how many people had to install this game in the lead up to this stream because there was no prior announcement or anything. Ooh, I have an inquiry. So 1 minute 46, be a good time to go. But I don't think we can make any tuning setups anyway, so that's fine. Now remember, everyone needs to hit ready up, especially Conzio, because you've already missed one race for that, but I see you are actually ready up. But Hippie, Staniel, Super Dragon, and whoever's in 11th position there listed, make sure you hit ready up. If that timer runs out and you have not hit ready up, you are not starting this race. Can't complain about P3 considering I only set one representative lap. Yeah, that's good, Speedy. It's a decent lap, man. You've done well. This is just going to be about survival for me, honestly. You're only 30 seconds off pole. That's great. I mean, you're within a minute. Can't argue with that. Couldn't change from the crap green livery. You're going to push square in the menu button. It's not the most intuitive of games. It has a lot of pros, Project Cars. but it has a lot of issues as well, and a lot of things that initially when the game launched I thought they'll patch a lot of this, they'll listen to feedback, and a lot of this is going to be updated and patched. And you'd think jumping back in now, a long time after the game launched, a couple of years in fact, that would be in a really good place, and as far as I can tell it's almost exactly the same as it was when I first started playing it on PlayStation 4, because I did actually have it originally on PC. I bought it for PC, pre-ordered actually. But anyway, here we go. The CR Bathurst. Can I select first and use the clutch? Yes. Not too much wheel spin off the line. Lights are green. Clutch out and away I go. Bogged it down a little bit, not the finest start. Trying to avoid carnage of the first lap. If everyone could try and take it a little bit easy. At least we're starting with nice, hot, fresh tyres. And Taylor up there has got an absolute cracking start. In fact, he's got in front of Newton, which he had to do. Newton's the man with the pace that I suspect will run away with this race. Very, very loose in front of me here. I pull up alongside. This is not a great spot to be 2 cars wide. Wisely, he backs out of it because I probably would have run into him. I wasn't trying to, obviously, but it was a good move on his behalf just to get out of that move. And this is still what we're doing it for. It's still about all these V8 supercars thundering up and over the top of the mountain. This is the feeling I wanted to get me in the mood for the real race this weekend. And it does look like Newton has managed to negotiate his way to the front. We'll see if Taylor can. Doing about a little bit wide into the dipper, so a few mistakes coming in there. The race is not yet over just because the man has more pace. Pretty typical first lap of Bathurst. Oh, in an online lobby, I don't know why I've suddenly got fully sideways the wrong direction there, but whatever, I've managed to hang on to it. Damage is off because if it wasn't, everybody would DNF within about 3 laps. And it's just about fun. Well, I'll tell you what, with the suck job, I am going to hit maximum. Let's get on the brakes early. Oh, that's a scary part of the track. That is full lock, opposite lock to try and catch that slide there. I got away with it, unfortunately. Taylor was not as lucky. So it is speedy tyres behind me at the moment. I've managed to find myself in second almost unbelievably. And in hot pursuit of Newton. I suspect he's just going to pull away, but I'll do what I can to at least try and keep up, try and keep a challenge. Got 92 litres of fuel, so I'm not sure if we'll need to pit this race or not, and how bad the tyres will get. You definitely can tell there's extra weight on for having all that fuel. And it's actually a good thing. The car seems a little bit more controllable with that extra fuel on board. It's a little bit harder to stop. And that, yeah, to the side, you can. The car is sliding around a lot more as I clip the grass. Not ideal in that position. Actually managed to keep it off the wall somehow. Short shift into third there so I can just plant the welly into it. Throttle on the way out. He has pulled another half a second over me this lap though. Pretty surprised with how I'm going actually. I've managed to gain quite a bit of time over Speedy. He was 4.4 seconds off the lead. Old man sitting there solid in fourth, but it's going to be a war of attrition for me at least. I think it's very unlikely that I'll get through this race without having a big crash of some sort. try and take it easy, see how I go. But yeah, unfortunately, he's just pulling away, streaking away at the front. You've retired. What happened, Shannon? Great racing so far. Thank you, Kogan. Been doing casual Assetto Corsa, PS4 lobby races with GC3, etc. Yeah, look, Assetto Corsa on PS4 is pretty decent, eh? Assetto Corsa is decent anyway. It gets a real negative rap, and it's not that bad in terms of actual how the cars handle, how the track handles. Car physics are wonderful. There goes the front bumper there of someone. Could have sworn damage was turned off, but maybe visual damage is on. Shouldn't affect the way the car handles. But it is Project Cars, who knows? I'm sure some regular Project Cars guy could tell me something like, oh no, if you run visual only in a race, then it gives you full damage anyway. I don't know if that's the case, but seems to be a lot of bugs and quirks in Project Cars that were just never patched or bug fixed out. That's unlucky, Shannon. Cooked it completely into the chase, couldn't even get it spun around. Damn, mate. You've had a Barry Crocker. Well, there is someone, Super Dragon, hard into the wall. Plenty of panels missing off that car. Speedy's slowly catching me, I think. Be interesting to see if he can hunt me down before the end of the race. At this point, as predicted, I'm very much relying on first position to make a mistake and hit the wall somewhere if I've got any hope of pegging him back. After your quality session you've just done. Okay, fair enough, man. Appreciate you trying anyway. Hello over on Twitch. I'll read that comment when I get back on the straights. Oh, that's a big wall hit, that one. That was a big one. That would be hospitalisation in real life. And definitely lost time out of it as well. Well, mind you, I've just kissed the inside of the dipper, just for something new. Bugs, I think you mean unintended features. Yeah, nice one, EA. Surprise mechanics. It just seems, I'm just really surprised. Like, as I say, I've not played Project Cars 2 since the start of 2019. And that, even then, it had a lot of problems that had just never been addressed from when the game launched. And now I loaded up in October. Seemingly it's identical in every way. Currently watching you from the top of the mountain. Nice, man. Oh, envious. God damn. Wish I was on top of the mountain. As I said, I've never actually been there. But it's on the list of things to do. I'll have to get to a Bathurst. I'd like to do the Bathurst 1000 with mates. Bunch of mates, big weekend out. I think I'd take the family to the 12 hour more so than the 1000. El Presidente. But I wish I was there. It looked like a good day today. I really hope the weather holds out for you, mate. Because I heard there's plenty of rain coming. Oh, so I actually slowed down that time and I had another big wall strike again. It's such a tricky corner to get right and these cars just wash all over the road. They're not exactly what you call nice, accurate, direct handling vehicles. Oh, that's a big one. Somehow I've kept it in a straight line, but that is a big one. That's got to be bringing Speedy back into it at this point. Because that was a good size. He's actually quite a long way behind me. So I got away with one. CCR community tag. It is a community tag. It's not part of a race team or anything. It's just people that those guys chose to put on. So there's nothing stopping anyone from doing it. If you do it though, I do ask that you bear in mind you're representing my channel. So just don't be a dick, I guess is the only stipulation I have. Not that I can really do anything if you are a dick, but I'm doing another race. I need some form of redemption. I think we probably can. I think this will end. It's only a 30-minute race. We've got 18 minutes to go. I think we have time for one more. 12 hour is next on my list. It will be a bit moist tomorrow. Yeah, what do you reckon Sunday's doing? Tobes? First as well until he skipped away. Looks like I might be coming up to lap someone who's having a tough time. Super Dragon parked on the side of the road. I wonder if he's rolled it yet. That's my question. He's famous for rolling. Every time we do a PCARS 2 stream, which is not that often, I know, but every time we do, Dragon usually finds a way to roll it. Oh, how have I kept that off the walls, gents? How have I gone and done that? Anyone's guess, that's it. Yeah, that's it, TJ. That pretty much nails it. It is a community-driven thing. I'm not selecting people or anything like that. People have chosen to do it. But just remember, it'll reflect badly on me, even though I may not know you at all. If you add the CRR tag. I know a lot of people are actually hoping for rain on Sunday. But I'm tipping Tobes is not one of them. Wow, that's the fastest final sector of anybody so far. That in itself is a meme that I've done that. I might make the next race a little bit shorter, eh? We don't have the fullest lobby in the world. And it's not exactly close racing. There is a fairly substantial variation in pace. And I do get that that's my fault. This was a spur of the moment. It was only because I was watching Bathurst today that I decided I wanted to hit the mountain with a supercar. Otherwise, you guys probably would have done a bit of practice, and so would I. Nah, bring the rain. Makes it exciting. It does make it exciting. Hopefully it opens it up to more than just a Scott McLaughlin dominance. Who are you going for out of interest? What colours are you wearing up the mountain, Tobes? That is only half race distance. I'm definitely shortening the next one down to a sprint race. I mean, look at the margins. I'm 10 seconds behind first. Third position's 10 seconds behind me. At least it does look a little bit closer for third, fourth and fifth, etc. No, not even. Old man's 3 seconds off Speedy. Is that Conzio then? 10 seconds back in fifth. So definitely shorter races, I think. But at least this is good practice. I feel like everyone will be a little bit better next race because they will have just spent 30 minutes sussing out this car track combo. Oh. That short shift. So I wasn't the only one watching 90s Bathurst highlights today. So, yeah. Blue all the way. Scotty than anyone at Ford. So I won't be going for Scott McLaughlin. Obviously you can see my hat probably says SVG on it. But I'm a big fan of Chaz as well. I'm not really a brand guy. I don't really care if it's a Holden or a Ford or a Nissan that wins. I sort of follow drivers more so than brands. But I like Chaz Mostert. So that's a blue oval. That's the right colour for you. Just clipped a little bit of that inside curve there. 6-minute quali, 15-minute race. Yeah, that might be the way to go actually, Shannon. And we'll just smash her a quick one, I reckon. There's sort of no close racing here, is there? She's pretty well spread out. Having said that, Old Man has now got past Speedy and they're pretty close on track, so at least someone is having a battle. Not a nice feeling when you have to counter steer. Oh, big accident up there. I don't know who that is. A Super Dragon again. Having an absolute cracking race. Pretty sure he'll be pretty happy with how his progress has gone so far. He is our resident P-Cars roller though. Big understeer there into Forest Elbow. Crash car at the top. Are you watching, Shannon? You're spectating. You're improving in V8 skills. I'm getting there, Mr. Big Wang. This is pretty much serving as a practice session. Whoa. Tyres are pretty resilient. Oh, we're going for 59 litres of fuel left, so yeah, more than enough fuel to get through the race. No pit stops required. Thank you. Yeah, thank you very much for all of you wonderful folks that have hit like Of course, it does help me and my channel out a lot. Appreciate you stopping by. Your view is the main thing, so thank you. But yeah, if you were kind enough to leave a like. If you want to know where this kind of stuff is organised, obviously hit subscribe so you can see the content come live, but a lot of this is discussed on my Discord, so if you're not on that, that's a pretty great place to hang out. Lots of different topics spoken about, lots of different people on there. And we discuss real racing, iRacing, Project Cars 2, Gran Turismo Sport, Dirt Rally. And I think we got most of the bases covered if you're into sim racing or just real life motorsport. There's a dedicated room to that in Discord as well, which gets plenty of workout with the Formula 1, MotoGP, Supercars and the GT series. Probably the main ones people seem to. Oh, I think I got away with another one then, lads. Again, all skew, whiff, sideways, crossed up. Managed to keep it off the walls. So I'm a long way behind first. I'm a long way in front of third. Hey Charlie, any chance you remember me? Luke. I mean, hey Luke, how you going? Look, there is a number of Lukes, and because you've got no other markings, you're just Luke. I wouldn't say that helps, so don't be offended, but not specifically. But it's great to have you here. Welcome anyway. I was too deep into that, too wide, and then a whole bunch of overseer to help, so bad lap that one. But yeah, I think I will do a shorter 15-minute sprint race next time round. If you haven't tried these in Project Cars and you've got it, I'd give them a go, especially on the mountain. They are a very, very tough car to drive, and I feel like my recent experience in Dirt Rally is probably having as much help getting me around this track as any of the circuit racing stuff I've done. Obviously just recently coming off the 10-hour Petit Le Mans on iRacing, and I can tell you now that experience has done nothing to help me out here. That short shift there is definitely the way to go. It just gathers the car up, settles it down. I'd love to get the elbow right just once, just one lap. No stress, thought my last name popped up. No, sorry Luke. Just your first, mate. But I've had a few Lukes go past. I had a lot of Jeffs, I don't know why. There must be something about my channel or thumbnails or something that is appealing to people whose name is Jeff. Shout out to anyone watching right now whose name is Jeff. Because I've had a hell of a lot of Jeffs come through. And a few Lukes as well. But yeah, looking for. Unfortunately, I've got to go back to work tomorrow. It was a bit of a gift today that we did have a public holiday, just in my part of the state as well, which afforded me a bit of time I wouldn't normally have to sit down on a Thursday. Don't know why I'm in fourth gear right now. V8's supposed to be talky, aren't they? Did afford me that time to kick back, and it was a pretty good day of watching it at the mountain. The track is so fast at the moment. Times are ridiculous. Scotty Mac sets another. Oh, I was fine until I hit that. That curb is deadly. I don't remember that curb being quite that deadly in iRacing and such. I've never actually driven around this track, obviously.
To go.
5 minutes remaining. And then I'll set up another lobby with just a 15-minute race. Someone has got a Super Dragon again. Yikes, he has had the worst race. I think that's the third time I've gone past poor old Super Dragon. How is the brakes on this? You've got to be pretty gentle, but that's okay because that's iRacing's the same. That GTE car I was racing on iRacing, very, very gentle on the brakes, otherwise you will run into a lot of problems. So it's not like Gran Turismo, but Gran Turismo is not like a lot of other sims either. Oh, I was watching the chat. That's okay, I've managed to hold it together. V8 Supercars on Project 2 is so unrealistic. So unrealistic. 201 point whatever with default and a 157 with a setup around Bathurst. Yeah, look, the unfortunate thing is I think that's the least of the PCAR2's worries, is matching the pace of the car. The sound is not right in this either. It might be the sound of, you know, a 90s supercar, but it certainly doesn't sound like anything we've had in the championship over the last half a dozen years. I know this isn't FG Falcon, not FGX or anything.
Okay, you're coming up on a back marker. Right to 20, so keep it clean.
Who's this? This is Big Stan the man. Staniel San. He's missing some panels on that car. Moves over like a champ. Thank you, Stan. I mean, if nothing else, I understand that people in this lobby are probably struggling. And I understand that as a viewer watching, it probably looks pretty messy. But if nothing else, it might give everyone a little bit of an appreciation of how tough this track is. I mean, sure, it might be a bit of an over-exaggeration, but by all accounts, in real life, these cars are very tough to muscle around this track, so it certainly gives you an appreciation for that. Had to jump out, got to go do something. No worries, Speedy. Chook man, that is, not Speedy Tyres. Broke it. Sure, let's go with that. Damage is technically off, so there should be no DNFing for mechanical. Oh, that was a big lose. Tiny bit understeer, yeah. It's got understeer, it's got oversteer. The main issue though is just my lack of practice. I haven't driven this car or Bathurst or anything for a long time, or the game since the start of the year at all, and that was GT3 cars. What have we got? 1:27 and it's over, so a bit of a long race. Would have been nice if obviously it was a little bit more competitive. The field was a bit closer together. And we had a full lobby as well. Having 16 people as well that were sort of racing for the whole half an hour would have been nice. Half an hour doesn't sound like a very long race, but I lose track a bit, especially after that 10-hour Petit Le Mans I just did recently. Sort of come off the back of that, and even 1-hour races feel pretty short. So 30 minutes, I was thinking, it sounded very short when I said it in my head. But now that we're here executing it, I've got that wrong. I've actually just straight up got that wrong. Try and regather my thoughts here for a second. But as it turns out, in execution, 30 minutes seems like a really long race. Probably almost wind my brake bias forward. Question mark, why is that going the wrong way? Just wind it up a bit, the back's just getting a little bit sketchy. We'll go to 62, I think. Race is over. So anyway, that was a bit of fun. What I was looking for was the experience of a supercar around Bathurst. And that is what I got. Who is LSE? LSE Newton, I think it was. There he is. Use a bit of clutch to flick spin it there. He's on the cook. I'm on a very slow cook now. Bit of heel toe action with the brake and throttle on together. Will it flick? See if I can do a bit of rolling burnout here. Bit fast for a rolling burnout, wasn't it? Everyone just gets on the cook. You can't enjoy fun stuff like this. That's second gear. It's a little bit more controllable. There we go. Not even any smoke coming up from this. What's going on, Ray? But that is the end of that. So we're going to do another one. I'm going to jump out, reopen a lobby. I'm going to change it. So we've got a 6-minute qualifying session, a 15-minute race, and let's just have a short sprint race to finish things out. We've all done a bit of a practice now. If nothing else, the people participating in this have now had half an hour under the belt of solid laps just to try and get used to it. So I suspect the field will be a little bit more compressed for the next race as well, which should make racing a little bit better. Yeah. You were on roof cam and quite fun, Speedy. Nice. If you have been watching and you're thinking that you'd like to jump in and get involved in just a silly, casual fun race without a great deal of talent or ability going around, except for the bloke who won, there you go, LSEM Newton, and he comfortably put that away. Jesus, I did a 207.8 in race. Wow, I was faster than I thought I was. Let's return to lobby. Yeah, press F to pay respects, pretty much. R1. Is that what button's R1? How do I go over to qualifying? No, you can't. So obviously I can change the duration of the race, but not qualifying. We don't want a 15-minute qualifying session for a 15-minute race. So I'm going to exit back out. Sorry guys, you'll have to put the password in again. Don't blame me, you can blame... Who makes this game? I can't remember who makes this game. Anyway, I'm going to open a new lobby. Create online event. This time we're going to come up and change session settings to... yes, we want practice. We're only going to have... 10 minutes of practice. Session start time, 9 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, whatever, that's fine. That's all fine. Qualifying, we're going to make 10 minutes. And race, we're going to make 15 minutes. Bit of a shorter, faster sprint. It was pretty sunny last time. Let's make it a bit of... We'll make it a bit of medium cloud for something different, eh? But the host settings, the password, it's not going to be the same. I have to get a new password. So there it is. Sorry guys, let me write this down. Slightly Mad, that's going to be Slightly Mad Studios SMS. And I have seen a lot of people talking about the lack of support KAVML9D. If someone else could do the copy paster again on that and paste it every time someone asks how to get in. I hate that we can't just set a password, because I would just set it to like the number 1, which will still stop randos from sort of coming in and ruining everyone's fun. But it doesn't have to be the barcode of something. Rain, no, I'm not going near Rain at the moment. These cars, honestly, these cars are hard enough. Speedy Tires, you just drove that. You just, I mean, even I beat you by a substantial margin. Surely you don't want Rain on. I don't want Rain on. But anyway, hopefully people do join in to the lobby. We can fill it up. In the meantime, I'm going to take a very quick break to go and fill my drink bottle up. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. Thank you for the follow, Chucky on Twitch, and Tobes as well. Appreciate that. And it's my first time ever on Mixer. How's it going? I've got no idea. I don't even know how to see like your stream on Mixer. But anyway, I added it on. It's there. It's had a few views. Great. No followers. Haven't earned one. Thanks, guys. Anyway, I'm going to take, while everyone figures out how to pop that password in, I'm just going to go and fill my drink bottle up. Or my glass even. It's not a drink bottle tonight. And I'll be right back in just a couple of minutes. Oh no, in about 1 minute. Okay, cool. So we've got a few people back in the lobby, which is nice. We're not back up to the 11 that we had before, but that's a good start. So let's all caps, fellas. Yeah, sorry, the caps lock was on, and I think I was holding out shift. Yeah, sorry, it has to be caps. Anyway, we've got a 10-minute practice session, which we don't really need, but that's just to allow other people to join. So let's get this show on the road, get back in. We can do another couple of practice laps, and people can still join. There's a 10-minute qualifying session. 10-minute practice session first, then a 10-minute qualifying session, followed by a 15-minute race, nice and short this time. Hopefully everyone's a little bit more practice. That was a nice little practice session race for us. We'll see how we go. See if we can have a slightly closer competitive race, and then that'll be the end of the stream. Just a quick fire one. I was just in the mood. I'm still in the mood. Unfortunately, I am back at work tomorrow. All I'm doing is pretty much on the road tomorrow, mind you. I've got to drive down Staniel Sands Way for a couple of hours, and then try and make it home at a reasonable time. Saturday I'll be fairly busy, but obviously I really want to watch qualifying and the top 10 shootout, which is absolutely something I wish more racing series introduced. Top 10 shootouts are just awesome. They're fun. So we can't adjust the tune as per the norm, so let's just get out, do a little pracky lap. We've got 10 minutes to allow other people in. Hopefully we can get a few more spots on the grid. Anyone know that the letter and number in the box next to the name means? It is whatever I say it is. Okay, come on. If I had a wrench, I'd drop... If I had a wrench, I'd drop the link for a 1-minute clip of Chaz Mostert if you were a mod, you mean. If you're a moderator, you'd drop the link for Chaz Mostert, for anyone who doesn't know, of his big crash. That has both race cam as TV footage. Yeah, it was a huge crash for Chaz Mostert. Massive, massive crash. It's like SR and DR, okay. Which I have none of, because apparently doing custom online races like this doesn't affect your U rating or whatever that is. You must have to do either official ones or championship, like career mode stuff or whatever to get that. I don't really know how you get your rating points up, but whatever the case, these custom lobbies, because this is all I've ever done since I bought Project Cars 2 on PlayStation. I did a little bit of career stuff on the PC, I think, way back in the day. Not on my YouTube, so don't bother searching for that. It was before I started my YouTube channel. But since I bought it on PS4, all I've ever really done is opened it up to a custom lobby so we could do some racing. So everything looks like I'm still a brand new user, but I have done a little bit of time in here. Yeah, we've tried a couple of races in here. We've had some fun nights. We've had one organised race that we shall not speak of because it was just awful. There's a tulip festival going on. Tassie must be pumping. Mate, is there really? I didn't even know about it. But yeah, that Chaz Mostert crash from the 2015 Bathurst, that is worth looking up if you haven't seen it before. And I managed to get absolutely no temperature into these tyres whatsoever. It never happened. Yeah, it never happened. That race, Mojo, that will not be mentioned, that never happened. That was an absolute... That was the worst thing I've been involved in on my YouTube channel, I'm pretty sure. I'm sure someone will correct me and go, but what about that time you did that? But from someone who organised the race, and it was just an absolute disaster. It was a disaster for me. It was a disaster for half the people in it. It was just awful. And I said at the time it wouldn't turn me off Project Cars 2, but here I am, probably 8 months later, and this is the very next Project Cars 2 stream I've done. It's the very next time I've played this game. So it looks like no one else is jumping, and we've just got the 8 of us, so that's alright. Short race for a smaller lobby. I'm just going to use that. Well, that's the first time I've hit that wall tonight. I'll have a push next lap, see what I can do. Yes, that race that shall remain unnamed. It's the only time I really ever considered removing a video or a stream off my channel. Normally I don't really care, even if people didn't like it or whatever, I've just gone, oh, it is what it is, it's there. But I just think it was bad from a competitor's perspective. It was a bad experience from mine, and I just can't imagine it was an entertaining... It's not even like ironically funny just because of how bad it went. It was just awkward and bad, and that's the only one I've ever considered. I have left it up there, but I really have considered deleting that. You've got way too much fuel and it makes a huge difference, most likely, but we can't touch the settings, Jules. I must have disabled it in the lobby setup so you can't adjust the tuning. So people who know how to set things up don't get huge advantages, because you can come in with a preloaded setup that just smashes everyone anyway. But it means you can't adjust the fuel either. So, you know, you'd think that's something they would have fixed so that when they lock tuning, you can still adjust things like which compound of tyre you race on and how much fuel you start the race with. But no. Oh, Jesus, that curb. Everything was perfect then. As soon as I touched that curb, catapults me into the wall. I feel like the Porsche Cup cars today, where they've got to go out and they're not setting fast lap times until like their 4th or 5th lap, because it takes that long for the tyres to activate. It's pretty much, that's how many laps it takes for me to activate to do one fast lap at the moment. Yeah, pit stops didn't work for a lot of people, correct? It was just awful. It was just so bad. The rain, because I think it had changeable conditions, didn't it? That was a nightmare. And from then on I said, you know what, we're just going to stick with nice, simple, short sprint races. The rain is okay if you start and finish in it. And you don't need to pit for different tyres, because it was changing. And a lot of it, to be honest, was the game's fault that stream went so badly. Because it wasn't putting the right tyres on for people. People coming out with slicks on. Oh, too fast in the final turn. Yeah, it was just bad. It was a bad experience. And I guess it's taken me most of the year to come back to the game, hasn't it? It's 2 minutes 40 remaining in practice. If anyone wants to jump in, there is still time. Otherwise, we're going to ride a very quick quality, a very quick race, and that is going to wrap out. The stream. Yeah, this is. I'm the same as you are, man. This is. I know for full well this is the first time I've played Project Cars 2 since that stream. I was just sort of ramping up on Project Cars 2 content up until that stream as well, that race. We just started doing some more regular sort of open lobby nights. It was getting fun, actually. It was quite cool. But I think that was the moment we all realised, as people who are not, we're not really a Project Cars community as such, are we? And it seems like it's something that the people who are in the Project Cars community, they know full well about. It's something, you know, that they're always, there's memes about how the developers just don't fix anything and don't do anything. So they know. And I guess we learnt. And I'm learning now, with all those months later, and the game is exactly the way it was when we left it. That helps give you a bit more respect for what Gran Turismo is doing with their constant updates. If you hadn't played Gran Turismo in 8 or 9 months, there is a bunch of new shit. Hey the Mew, how am I? I'm not doing too bad, man. You look like you're driving well. I'm doing the best I can considering all the factors. I don't want to keep sort of repeating myself, but yeah, haven't played the game for a long time, or Supercars or Bathurst really. I think there was a flip at that event. I mean, I had heaps of crashes. I ended up doing a full lap on slicks, and because the pit stop just didn't work. It was not great. But it was an experience. It was a learning experience for all of us. Yeah, stop talking about it, Feckle. I was enjoying it, but it is good to be back. Oh, that's nice then, old man. It is nice. It's good to use it for something like this because, you know, what I wanted to do when I got in the mood was jump on iRacing and do an iRacing Supercars race at Bathurst, but iRacing just don't seem to always be that in tune with what's going on in the world, because I like themed races. You know, if there's big events like the Le Mans 24 Hour on, then that weekend it'd be cool to have some sort of shorter sprint races on from iRacing, but I just don't do it. Well, that's a lot closer at the top. There you go, Speedy 208.4, 9/100ths of a second back for second, and then I'm only a tenth back in third, so hopefully we've got a little bit closer racing this time around. So we do have a 10-minute quali coming up, 15-minute race, and then that is the end of the stream. If you have been enjoying it, remember to leave a like. Thank you to those guys who have been nice enough to leave a like. Or if you're, subscribe on YouTube, follow on Twitch, and now this is I think this is my first ever live stream on Mixer. If you are into Mixer, or you're watching on Mixer, welcome. Channel's Charlie_Roscoe, I think. So, look, why not spread the love over to that platform, which is certainly growing. Must qualify in front of Super Dragon. Well, I don't know if you want to be in front of him or if you want to sit behind him and avoid things. So, quick fire, 10-minute quali. Let's get out and get it done. I like how you play lots of different racing games. Gives me ideas of what to try next. Yeah, well, that's the whole thing. I'm not a one-game person. I'm not someone who just only plays. And it kind of hemmed my channel into a corner because really all the content, certainly anything that was getting views, was Gran Turismo Sport. And the reality is, I don't stick with one thing. And of course, I do a lot more things now. Dirt Rally, which has kind of failed. iRacing, Assetto Corsa Competizione. So I need to do another one off, by the way. That's a damn good game. That is a real good game. If you have PC capable of running Assetto Corsa Competizione, I very highly recommend you give it a go. Too much throttle on cold tyres. I knew that. I kind of wanted to spin them up. I just hoped I wouldn't go sideways into the wall. But at least I've got some colour in the back tyres this time round. But probably the first 2 laps I suspect won't be my quicker ones. It'll be about lap 3 where I find pace. What about F1 2019 then? Great question, Mr. Heppo. But no. Ironically, the first racing game I made content on this channel when I had no subscribers, like 17 subscribers, was I think F1 2017. Maybe 18. I think it was 17, and then I need to back off a little bit. Then I got on board with the launch of an F1 game, and that actually did take me from about 17 or 16 subscribers, which was just during the podcast we used to do. Doesn't exist anymore, by the way. F1 did sort of pump me up about 50 subs in a pretty short amount of time. That was my first... Oh, I'm wide. The hole's a big wide through turn 1. But yeah, F1 was my first attempt at live streaming, really. But no, just not interested in them anymore. Not to mention the fact that there's already so many other YouTubers around playing F1 games. I don't think anyone would watch my content anyway, to be honest. There's just, I mean, F1 has some of the biggest sim racing YouTube channels you can get, whether or not you think that is classified as sim racing. That's where, yeah. So it's just not a space I'm that interested in getting into. And I'm kind of done with those F1 games anyway. I grew up playing them. F1 2012, I remember I flogged the absolute back end out of that. I did give that wall a little kiss. I hate that wall jags out there. Cock this lap up, that's okay. This isn't supposed to be my quick lap. Tyres should hopefully be up to full temp now. Almost at the big 3000, that is true. I'll give it a look-see, although first things first, I need to take a hacksaw to my PC case. That'll go well, yeah. Why? Do you need more cooling or something? I got some decent temp in the tyres. Try and give these clowns a bit of space. Right. See if I can drop a semi-decent qualifying lap. Mixer. Thank you for the follow over on Mixer TJ. Looking lush over here, nice. Oh, off the wall. Slid out there, but kept it off the wall. Missed the turning point pretty dramatically then. I've got slow car. It's Super Dragon in front of me. Look out. On my best quality lap. As he spears off, I'm going to have to dart up the inside. I hope he doesn't hit me. Have to roll out of it just a little bit there. But not too bad. Thank you, Super Dragon. Can't access the HDMI port on my graphics card. So I've got to remove a bit of case. Alright. Hook it up to my 55-inch TV. Fair enough. Oh. Thought I went in a bit hot then, but it was actually okay in the end. Hell, this guy straight to pole position. Did our friend not rejoin that flogged us the first time out? I thought I saw him in the lobby before. Oh, I hit that curve on the inside. Lucky to get away with it. Had to get out of the throttle though. She's a wild old lap this one, but it's green. Come on from the back of Revolver. See if I can get a sneaky suck job. I don't think I'd say he's on a hot one as well. I'm 1.3, 1.4 seconds up on my fastest, so this is a good time. I suspect I'm going to come up against the back of Revolver here, unfortunately, but that was a cracking lap so far. Oh, I've ended up going into the back of him a little bit. Unfortunately, that was an absolutely cracking lap for a while. Sorry, Revolver. And wide and big oversteer. A 10th up. That's a shame. That was a cracking lap. Let's have one more crack at it. It was 1.4 seconds up at the third sector. Sorry, Shannon. I didn't mean to punt you there, mate. I was just hoping you were going to be a little bit quicker. Time delay between Mixer and YouTube. Okay. Speedy has taken the top spot too, so I would have loved to nail that lap. Jeez, he's taken it by a country mile though. How's he plucked that time out? Clip the wall now. This is nowhere near as good a lap. Nah, this is rubbish. That last lap was just so damn good. It felt nice start to finish. This is not the fastest lap in the world. This is just a tribute. Who's not singing tribute in their head right now? Now that I've said that. Push as hard as I can, but man, I'm 3/10 up here. I was literally 1.4 seconds up last time round, so it was going to be a mega lap. Mixer's 20 seconds ahead. Nice one. Oh no, there you go. So I'm back up. 1.7 seconds up. Still not fast enough to challenge Speedy, but should at least get me a lot closer. Over 2 seconds I'm going to gain on the lap. So I'm still 204.7 Speedy. How have you pulled that out of your rectum? That is 2 seconds faster than you have done in any other session and any other race tonight. How have you done that? Anyway, that is qualifying done. 1 15-minute race to go. So I actually managed a 206.3, which is much faster than I did in the previous qualifying session. I'm actually relatively happy with the 206 second lap. I do not know how Speedy's pulled out a 204.7. Jackie, please, I'd like you to review that lap for us. Okay, now everyone remember to hit ready up. If you don't hit ready up, you're not in the race, and we can't afford to lose anyone. There's only 8 of us in here. Okay, yeah, so Newton was actually in that, but he's made the choice to not qualify. I bet that's a choice he is regretting, having seen Speedy tyres last lap. Mind you, Speedy has to do that consecutively for 15 minutes. But Newton right up the back there. You're going to be starting behind Super Dragon, that in itself. And Taylor as well. You were sort of up there fighting, so quality obviously didn't go well either. But make sure Shannon and Taylor, you guys hit ready up. Don't miss this one. "28 seconds faster than my last quality lap." Nice. Nice. We've just got to see Taylor to go. There we go. He's ready up. Got some work to do. Yeah, you do. So that's new Newton. Good luck, man. Good luck, everyone. Bit of a bog down. Gentle through turn 1. Let's not have any collisions, guys. Got a much better drive out of there. There's nothing Speedy's going to be able to do. I should comfortably have this spot done and taken by the time we get... No, he's rallying. There's a bit of a side draft there, I suspect. In fact, I'm going to have to tuck back underneath him. See if I can at least take the challenge to Speedy. I think that might have been a little bit of a side draft at play there. Sitting right next to me, I had a much better drive out of the corner. As soon as he got in the side draft, though. Oh, that's not great. Kept it together, though, and whoever it is there in third. Oh, as I slapped the wall hard. I'm glad damage is not on here. Rough first lap. It's actually the Conzio behind me, I think. Grip levels do feel different from what they just were in qualifying. Oh, Speedy gets all kinds of out of shape on the braking marker. Forest elbow, but we are away. Still in shape. It looks like Newton is already up to third position. So we're just going to have to try and defend from him. 13 minutes remaining, short race here. It could actually be... could be a little bit harder, but he was so far in front of us. Got very skew if there into the chase, but I am right up on the back of Speedy now. Is the move going to be on? He's going to defend very heavily. Did move across back in front of me in the braking marker. I thought that is dangerous in the braking zone. Because I did brake a little bit later, but luckily he just tucked to the inside again. This time I've got the slipstream. Newton is coming. He's 2.6 seconds behind the leader. But he's going to have to get past us. Maybe went a little too cautiously into that one. Wide in the cutting. But then I got a lot of oversteer. Oh, I've hit that inside curb again. I've got to stop doing that. Speedy absolutely slaps the wall. Both a myriad of problems in the meantime. Newton behind us takes advantage. He has a nice clear track. He's got no pressure on. He's just catching at the moment. Honestly, this is as much wheel work as I do in a dirt rally stage. Really? Oh, no, dropped it. Just too much throttle on the exit there. I need to move over so I don't collide with anyone. Okay, so that is not ideal. Unfortunately, I had gone around, dropped back to 4th position. Let's see if I can at least catch Conzio. I'm going to get past like a rented mule here. Whoever it was behind me just backed off, so it's a big accident. Let's see if I can at least chase down Conzio as I've come in very hot, lock up the fronts. Whew. That was unfortunate. Oh, Newton is facing the wrong way, so similar fate to me. He too has now got to go back around. Right, so what's the damage? Conzio is the target now, 1 second up the road, 1.2 seconds in front of me. Let's see if I can do anything about it. Speedy's going to check out at the front with Newton all the way back at the back of the field. I'm not there in contention either. So this is Speedy's to lose at this point. Managed to keep it off the curb finally. Conzio just tickles the wall on the way in. Actually managed to stay off it. I'll tell you what, my poor G27, which has been dying after all this wheel work, is starting to feel very, very loose. Pray for the G29. I'm not yet ready to buy its replacement. I am, however, on the back of the Conzio. Keeping him honest, pouring the pressure on him. Don't spin again. Third position, yeah, possible, absolutely. Drat God. Oh, that is huge lock up there again. Let's start pouring the pressure on, see if we can get second back. Too much throttle. In the meantime, the very fast flying Newton has found himself 5th position. So he's on the comeback. He's back to 6th now. Actually, I wonder if he just made another mistake there as I kept an eye out for where he was. And we've actually caught up slightly on Speedy there, so not sure if Speedy made another mistake, but at the moment, I wouldn't say I'm going about the same pace as Conzio. I wouldn't say I'm exactly putting the pressure on him to get out of my way. And in the meantime, we have just eked into Speedy's lead just a little bit. Do close up on Conzio into the dipper though. Short shift. There's another big puff of dust comes up as Conzio hits that wall. I was thinking about an overtake. It's a dodgy ass spot to do it there. I would have had to have stuffed it up the inside, but we are now down to 3.3 seconds behind Speedy. 6.5 minutes of the race. In fact, just under 7 minutes to go. So this could still be on. Much closer racing this time around. Slightly better drive through there than Conzio, but he's going to have the inside spot here into the turn. It's going to be very little I can do about it. Put the pressure on, I'm going to have to tuck back in behind him ultimately. And in fact, we really should just be taking off in pursuit of Speedy. Oh, I thought I was going to run into the back of him then. Just came in a little bit locked up. The full send AP. I could have given him the full send, couldn't I? That's what I'm going to have to do. Oh, and he gets a big twitch out of there, but I find myself on the outside of the turn again. So once again, as we go too wide through the cutting, I tell you what, good close racing, if nothing else, between the two of us. That was actually pretty incredible that we managed to get through that section of Bathurst side by side. Oh, as we both absolutely punished the wall there. That is a double whammy from both of us. I think I followed him out there and I actually came out of that worse off than he did. Good thing this is not real life. Where's Old Man? Old Man is actually only About a second, just under 2 seconds back from us. Whew, that was unreal. That was the two of us side by side through a number of really fast and tight turns. Oh, that's too much. That was too much. Right, now got to regather and regroup. Just dropped off the back of him a bit.
4 minutes remaining.
4 minutes of the race to go. Speedy Ties is now pulling away from us comfortably at 4.5 seconds over Conzio. And I've actually just dropped 6/10 back as well. No, the slipstream doesn't seem to have a hell of a lot of effect, like you might think it would. Oh, this poor steering wheel. Okay, I am back on the, officially on the tail again. Oh, a little bit of understeer there with a bit of aero wash, I suspect. It's so hard to follow really closely, and again the understeer there. Oh.
3 minutes remaining.
Really hard to follow closely. Oh, wow, I don't know what is even going on right now. I've just run out of grip everywhere. Oh, you can actually hear my steering wheel start to crunch now. It's not good, but that was a bad trip over the top of the mountain. Hey DGS. If the cars had slipstream, yeah. Oh, I got too excited on the throttle then, trying to make up this space to Conzio. I am 7/10 off the back of him. I'm in strife is what I am. I suspect this may well be the last lap of the race. So I'm going to be relying on him to make a mistake at this point. I'm new to your channel, sub the other day. What part of Oz are you from? Down south, DGS. I'm in Tas. As far south as you can go. Oh, big hit into the wall for Conzio. Hasn't slowed him down a lot, but that was a big one. And another little one is getting nervous. Pressure is pouring on. You never know what'll happen here. This will be the final lap, I guess. He takes it very gingerly through the dipper. Safety first, there's nothing I can do about it. Oh no, he's, oh, again, super defensive there. And he essentially blocks up the middle of the corner. Good defensive work there. That is how you want to do it. Question is, have I got anything else left in the tank? 13 seconds of the lap to go. He covers that defensive line. I'm going to wait for him to go. Though. Come on, Conzio, get going. Oh no! An old man just sneaks through, the cheeky bugger. Oh, holy Jesus! And has slowed down to a stop. Well, what a finish. I don't even know what happened to Conzio in the end. He must have gone around. Oh, disaster at the end. Sorry, Connor. Sorry about that, big dog. I went up the inside, and by the time I committed to that overtake, there was no way. When you moved back across into the braking zone, there was no way I was going to be able to stop that car. I'd already chosen my trajectory, braked as late as I possibly could. I did wait for you though, but then old man come busting through, and then you were gone. I don't even know where you went. Oh, you're in Tassie as well, DGS. Nice, man. Nice. You north or south? You got a penalty, old man. Did you smash the Conzio off? Because he was right there next to me. I was kind of giving way to him. Oh, so not the fanciest end there, and I'm sorry that Conzio got 6. It doesn't matter. It's, you know, the results are inconsequential, aren't they? It's not a championship race or anything like that. But anyway, ignoring where Conzio finished, man, what an absolute ding-dong battle we had there for 4 or 5 laps. That was incredible, and just going side by side up through those first couple of turns and through the cutting and whatnot, that's ridiculous. And we never made contact with each other or the wall, so happy with that. That was a good race. You had to slow down to third. Okay, so you must have done something wrong. Oh, you're south. Yeah, okay. So we've got a couple others from the south as well. At least Staniel San is from down the south end of the state. Staniel. You drove well for 7 minutes. Nice. I had an up and down race. I'll take second, but as I say, the results are inconsequential. What I loved about that was the Conzio and I having an absolute ding-dong cracking battle there. Congrats to Speedy, obviously, who did get the job done. Newton looked like he was going to be on for it, but obviously just made a bit of an error coming onto the pit straight. That was a good race, Conzio. That was cool. That was cool. So that was a nice short little race, but yeah, I got pretty lucky to say the least. No, you did well. You did get lucky there, Speedy, but you take it. Racing is a lot about luck, for sure. Third place cooked it into the dipper and wiped you out first lap. You seem to get wiped out a lot, Shannon. I don't know what it is about your car, man, but you get wiped out a lot. I used softs in quali, hence I was able to go so much faster. How did you get softs on your car, Speedy? The tuning was locked. I couldn't go in and change compound. Or did you go out? Hang on. You would have gone out, done a lap, and then pitted back in to put softs on. Gotcha. That's how you set it 204, because you were on soft compound tyres. I was like, how have you done that? Well, I'm actually pretty happy with that, because I only qualified 1.5 seconds off the back of you on hards. Oh, but anyway, that was cool. I hope you guys enjoyed that. This stream's gone longer than I anticipated. I thought it was actually going to be pretty quick. I was like, yeah, hour and a half stream. That'll be that done. Thank you, DrakGod, for the follow as well over on Twitch. And we've even got a couple of people watching on, I know one of them's TJ, but a couple of people watching on Mixer. So, welcome to the Mixer, guys. I think this is my first stream. I tried last stream, but I think it failed. I just tried to multi-stream it to Mixer as well. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Believe it or not, I've done a 3 flat before. That's nice. On hards. Yeah, that was fun, Chucky. That was. Fair play wobbling all over the track. Wouldn't let me pass. Balking me in both qualies. Thanks for the stream. No worries, Mr. Big Wang. And that is going to be the end of the stream too. I actually have a headache after that, damn. If McLaughlin gets in the 2s, I'll try and beat him. He is, Jesus, he did a 3, what did he do? A 203.6 today, was it? Incredibly fast, and we've got quali left to come. So I'm looking forward to see if they can get in the 2s or not. Surely they can't, but maybe they can. Apparently you need to save previous streams. I have ticked that on now, TJ. But that was cool. If you did enjoy yourself, remember to leave a like. If you're new, hit subscribe or follow, depending on which platform you're currently watching on. And if you're wondering where all the chats come from, it says in Restream anyway. It says YouTube, so yeah, you know everyone is. But more importantly, make sure you get over on my Discord. That's where everybody hangs out. It's where everybody chats. It's where we organise these streams. So these people at least got a bit of a heads up a couple of hours prior that they could install it. Obviously, we didn't fill a lobby, but they were able to do something, and we were able to get a few people in here. So that was cool. Welcome to LSEM Newton, who I don't think we've raced with before. Everyone else is an old name that you will have seen many times before, I'm sure. But yeah, I'm going to end the stream there. I think that is how that is going to go. Hopefully we can do more of these again in the future. Yeah, absolutely. I still do want to keep doing Project Cars 2 thing. It works. A lot of people have it on PS4 and we can just have these quick open lobbies. And it's fun. But yeah, that is going to be about it. So I don't know what content's coming up over the weekend. Potentially none. Bathurst all day Sunday. I'm going to be out, so most likely nothing, but who knows. Either way, I do want to thank you all very much for watching, whether you were part of the chat ongoing or just watching in the background. Do appreciate you stopping by. As I said before, I really appreciate all of those of you nice enough to leave a like, and welcome to the new followers and subscribers. Finally, make sure you do get on all my social medias. I've got the Discord's the main one, but there's Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and stuff, and I'm on and about all of those all the time, try and update it as I can. So yeah, make sure you get on them. If you can't find the links, they're in the description of the video or on my website, www.charlieroscoe.com. But for now, as I search across to find my OBS, that is going to be it. So I do want to thank you all very much for watching once again, and until next time, bye for now.